You have disappointed me, Edelgard. To think that a descendant of House Hresvelg would dare betray the Holy Church.
So, it is my teacher who stands in my way.
She doesn't even acknowledge Rhea.
Not important.
Will you betray Rhea if I give you 10 years? Oh, yeah, actually.
Professor,
Rhea.
kill
Betray
Edelgard
her.
at once. She is a danger to all of Fodlan. Such a rebellious heart cannot be allowed to keep beating.
No? Oh, so it does give you this decision
Yes.
here.
Why?
Protect.
So, like,
Protect.
So then what was the difference then, like, earlier?
You
about
needed to
seeing
do all the earlier thing to have this option pop up
I
in
had
the
this
first
option,
place.
so you would automatically kill her, I suppose.
Or, well,
No.
there would be an attempt.
Yeah, of course. She has to be the boss later on, but the other routes anyway.
Yes.
Boss, I quit.
Dare you?
My teacher.
You.
Thank you.
Edelgard's like, wait, this wasn't,
Now
okay.
isn't the time for discussion.
I'm here.
Suddenly.
So I'm pretty sure that Hubert would pop in to protect her
Oh.
if you chose the other one, but this
God,
is
I
even
love
better.
him. What a freak.
He just fucking instant teleports himself.
Nothing
Anyway, Hubert
personnel.
knows instant transmission now. It's fine.
I love him.
This is the choice you have made.
Absolute pervert behavior.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
So I do think like Rhea's character direction in this route specifically is probably my favorite.
I will not allow one who would lend our enemies strength to wield the power of the goddess Sothis.
About that.
I have passed judgment, and now I shall rip your chest open and take back your heart myself!
Oh, yeah?
Oh?
Wow.
So the other thing to know about this route is that it was kind of added like later on in the development cycle. So we may be about to see the corners starting to be cut.
Yes. The monsters that have controlled Fodlan in secret for far
Too
too
bad
long.
that they.
The bourgeoisie?
Yeah, it's too bad that they made the best
Is their
route.
lead.
Right.
That's not
Yeah.
the one.
There is no time to waste. Your Majesty, Professor, we must escape while we can.
Because that probably would have been some sort of animated cutscene.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's quite a few of those.
What is
We
the
did
thing?
it!
I'll save again, because I'm not making that choice over, so yeah.
The game tries really hard to make you feel bad, as if Edelgard is like the villain of the story.
Yeah.
Hey kids, I hope you packed all your bags for leaving.
It's definitely a Frozen situation where they wrote it to be her to be the bad guy, and then we're just like, but she's kind of.
She has
She's
some
kinda
good
right.
points. Yeah.
And
It's like all
then,
Batman villains, like they all have good points.
basically.
Yeah.
Moan overhead as another year ends. They recall sad partings and new acquaintances alike. But each person
That
must
horse
still
is
walk
crying.
their chosen path.
And the horses doesn't give a shit.
With each day,
If you're
the
cold, they're
presence of
cold. Let
spring
your
grows
horse
strong.
inside.
And yet the lone moon still haunts the sky. A silent reminder.
Oh,
perhaps,
the
of
deer is sad
solitude.
that he's...
No, see, that guy is riding away with the deer's wife.
Cucked!
Stole your deer's wife.
I guess it would be the deer's husband, because it had antlers on that one.
True,
Oh,
true.
right, right.
Escape.
We
Somehow, who could say?
This is very hand-wavy.
This is one of the Imperial Army's provisional camps. Here we
So
can
hold on one
organize
second.
our
I got to
forces.
imagine this situation. We go through the Holy Mausoleum, we wipe out all the Imperial forces. It's just Edelgard, and then there's like, oh yeah, I'm actually siding with her. We just kind of leave Rhea there standing in the mausoleum, just
as
seething.
a dragon.
Yeah, as a dragon.
As a
seething.
dragon.
Like she can't do anything.
We
She couldn't
escaped through
fit
like a
through the
little,
stairwell.
a little hole in the wall. She can't
She
get
can't
us.
fit.
If you're certain you wish to join us, as expected, Flane has
She
chosen
sticks
to
her
lead.
hand.
Yeah.
through
Flane,
the
Flane was there,
door.
and she's like completely traumatized
Yeah.
now. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
She
Flame
sticks
should've
her hand
come
to the
with us.
door, and we have like a giant mousetrap, like Tom and Jerry style, waiting for her.
Hubert brought it.
Whoa. Yeah, that's what Hubert was doing. Yeah.
Oh my god!
He's like,
and
I've
to
studied
put
for
a fucking
this.
giant mousetrap on one of those carriages, like with the wheels.
Yeah. And then it explodes.
When I saw our professor running off, I ran about as fast as I could to catch up.
Which is pretty fast.
It's pretty quick, yeah. I actually spun
Yeah.
like Sonic.
Yeah, he's fun.
I have to imagine that they saw Rhea turn into a dragon and was like, well, traitor ship, we're being eaten.
Yeah.
Caspar, death finds those who run without thinking. You gave no thought to the war fog.
I hate
There's
the
no war fog. Don't worry
There
about
wasn't
it.
any fog of war there.
My grandfather was the leader of Bridget, and I hope for us to be allies with the Empire. I will be staying.
Yeah, you're kind of put in a hard place, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was this a good idea?
I left all my fanfics behind.
What are you talking about? If anybody here has a bug out bag, it's Bernie.
Yeah,
She's
true.
ready to leave.
But my family is part of the Empire, and our professor is here.
It's mostly our professor.
Yeah.
Though it's true certain houses were against the Imperial Princess, I assume you're referring to my family. I must believe that the conclusion I came
Does
to was
Ferdinand know his dad's in jail yet?
I think he does, yes. I think that was that comment saying it.
You are the Emperor now. I am the only one left who is qualified to guide you at this point.
Obviously.
Yeah, tell yourself that.
I love him.
He's so good.
It would be troublesome to stand against you.
Yeah, I don't want to put it into work.
I mean, Linhart, you could just retire, like go to Bridget and just like chill on a beach and drink mimosas or something.
None of you are here because you want the dissolution of the class system?
Dorothea
Well,
might be.
Don't you want to
Yeah.
dismantle the state?
I'm not
Yeah,
just here for
you, Linhart, I would have thought.
I'm here to follow our dear professor.
I have a
I don't
crush.
have any territory to offer, so Hubie may not even want me here.
The greater our numbers, the better. Your reasons for being here are of no consequence.
Well, it's easier to blackmail you if you have reasons, but...
So yes,
think I
you
understand
lose
where you're But now,
Hubert and
I wish
Edelgard
to hear
if
of
you
your
take the
resolve.
other routes.
Yeah, I figured.
You lose Flane and don't get Seteth if you go this route.
Yeah.
And you don't lose as many knights as you might think.
Yeah, I would think that like Aloise would probably give up.
You would think that, but...
like you,
So the reason Catherine didn't join us was because you would be able to recruit her now if you continued.
I say.
Same with Hilda, weirdly enough. Which is why we were getting her lost items the whole time.
Following me is akin to pointing a sword at the goddess herself.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
yeah.
I want to say fuck you to God and walk backwards into hell.
You have now witnessed the Archbishop's true self. She is a cruel beast. Those who rule this world use that beast's power to fabricate miracles, all to control those who blindly believe in the goddess. They conceal the truth. And
It's too
force
bad they
their
don't have
lives on
like
the nobility.
anybody in our party who
They
could draw,
mercilessly
I don't know,
annihilate
pictures
anyone
very
who
quickly,
defies them.
so we can just say like, oh yeah, look, the Archbishop, she's a demon.
I know this because I have lived it. After what you have seen, is there any room for doubt? The Church of Seros has great influence and power. Their control over the lords of the kingdom and the Alliance is nearly
As opposed
absolute.
to, you know, the Empire, which you have complete control over.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But that's because she broke away from
Only
the
ones
evil
who can
church.
Stop this indomitable enemy that has plagued our world for ages.
I mean, this is a revolution in a
We fight
sense,
for
but it's a
humanity.
bourgeoisie revolution, not a
all of
proletariat
Poland.
revolution, so... I don't know.
Yes, but...
We are just trying to destroy, anyway, one of the system's power, so...
If
And
you
this is a
dare
Fire
cross
Emblem
this path
game.
with me, take
Yeah.
your
We
first
can't get
step.
too nuanced in this.
Damn, look at this
Or
guy who's
never.
been reading.
Thank you, my
But
friends.
yeah, we're kind of Magna
The
Cartaing
true
here more
face
than
of the
French
Emperor.
Revolutioning.
And we will triumph.
Fuck you, I'll make my own kingdom with blackjack and hookers.
That was incredible, Lady Edelgard.
The
Good
way
shit.
Caspar punched you 4 times.
Look, it's good to have them on our side, okay?
Honestly, I'm relieved. They really chose to follow me. I was resolved to move forward alone if I had to. But in my heart, I hoped it wouldn't come
So
to
are you
it.
going to now explain to us, the viewer, why you chose this option? That would
So
be
long
nice.
as I am here,
Yeah,
you
now
will
we
never
finally
be
unlock our
alone.
supports with her.
Please do not forget that. And it would seem that the professor also has a key role to play in
Maybe
this.
she wants to turn into a dragon.
Maybe.
You're right. Now, I must speak with our dear teacher.
Our
Please,
dear
make
teacher.
preparations. The messenger should be here shortly.
Consider it done.
Oh yeah, about Toady. Should we arrange a funeral?
No, God no. Thank God. Hated that guy.
Professor, may I speak with you?
Kind of busy.
He was using up the entire regiment's ration of
I'm
eyeliner.
not busy. She's standing there.
I appreciate
Existing.
it.
What's up?
I'm just anxious. It feels like the weight of this burden is crushing me.
I mean, starting a holy war is a lot of pressure. I
It's
understand
true,
that.
yes.
This very moment, on my orders, I'm starting a war. An army far larger than the one that attacked the Holy Tomb last month will soon be locked in battle.
Last month? Oh, I guess, yeah, since we switched over.
You know, yesterday, last month.
Yeah. Same thing.
Leaders
Last
have decided
millennium, if it's
loyalties and preparing to
1999.
fight. So many generals and soldiers will die. It's inevitable that civilians will get caught up in the chaos as well. There will be countless casualties. With a single command, the flames of war will rage.
I'm wondering if
across
like this
all
game had
corners
more
of this
time
world.
if you could recruit like Dimitri and Claude, so they would actually help you against the church, given like enough time.
Hmm.
Well, let's see how they feel about all this.
Check out Fire Emblem 3 Hopes.
I am the one who is giving the order.
They do a cool thing there to get all of them to talk to each other, which is to lock them in a box together and force them to talk to each
Oh,
other.
jeez.
Is it a time box?
Yeah, it is actually.
Hell
It's
yes.
it's a box unstuck from time.
The time hole
Holy
box.
fuck.
As you
Wow,
do.
that's-
Yeah.
I don't think she wishes to stop, seeing how she just started.
That's
so,
all things considered, yeah.
yeah.
Yes, it is. There is no turning back. No matter how much blood flows at my feet, I
Yeah,
will
there's
not
some
relent.
weirdness where it's like, you know, she was originally written to be the villain, but they realized that she was pretty sympathetic overall, and like,
These sacrifices will allow us
this
to create
conversation
a future
sort
where
of
we
feels
never
like
need
they're trying to make it
sacrifice
seem
again.
like, oh,
It may
she
seem
knows
Has
it's
the
going to
best
be
intentions.
serious,
The
but
only
she's doing it for good reasons, and it's like, girl, I've bought in. We're good.
Yeah.
But also, like, when you say that, does that mean, like, this, like, obviously this was never supposed to be a route in the first place, but, like,
I
was the
just
game
wondered-
originally called, like, Three Houses in that sense? Like,
Yes,
oh, there's
you
all
would have
different
been with the
houses.
church's side, essentially.
Yeah, but
in-
like I'm wondering, like really early in this LP, like the church was made some very questionable decisions.
So,
it's not
I
like-
guess the big thing to know about basically all the other routes is that Rhea is basically incognito for the second half of the game. She's not around.
For the other routes.
Yeah, for all the other routes.
I see. Okay.
Is that just to try to take heat off of her?
I
in
think
terms of
so,
story
yeah. Well, I
plots?
think it kind of makes your actions more defensible because she's the really bloodthirsty one.
Yeah, because like she's the one who's like murdering people and setting up like she's asked us on multiple occasions to just go murder people that she doesn't like.
Yeah,
She's
but it's
also,
okay
like,
because
pushing-
she's damaged.
Ugh.
Listen to me.
Yeah, because her
I
mom
made
died.
my
It was
mind
really
up
hard for
that.
her.
It was really hard for
Here I
her.
am, seeking your
Nobody
approval.
else in this game has had anyone in their family that's important die, only
Yeah.
her. So
Right.
Just her.
she's allowed to be a little bit psycho. She's allowed to be
She's
mad.
had a longer to
Decision
think about
stay
it.
by my side.
couple.
Look, between Rhea and Edelgard, I think we know who the more toxic white woman is.
I can still walk away from all of this.
But yeah, it's
This
definitely one of those
leads to
things
the
where it's like, I think you are supposed to at least sympathize with Rhea and feel about Edelgard. Like, should she really be putting the continent into chaos? And, no, the exact opposite, actually.
Yeah.
It's also funny. It's like, are you sure you want to follow me? And then they give you a "but thou must."
Yeah, basically. Well, you already made your choice, so.
I never thought. I'm sorry. It was
She
a
Okay.
loves us also. We're gonna get married.
That as well, yes.
I don't know if that's even a romantic thing. I mean, it's just very thoughtful and helpful that we're coming along.
I believe
She is blushing,
It's
though.
It's the anime blush, yeah.
Yeah.
With that knowledge, I have the strength to keep fighting. Let's go. There's something I need to say to Hubert.
It's about the war crimes. We can start.
Your Majesty.
Flip the war crimes switch.
Hubert's like, I'm way ahead of you.
I've already started. I started 34 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the preparations for your manifesto are
Oh, you have to write
Yes!
a manifesto.
You
gotta
Parts
write a
to support it.
manifesto.
I'm holding my beer in the air.
We will be
What
distributing
does the
our
word
men
manifesto
every
mean?
lord within
Glass.
We will expose the dark side of the Church of Seros and the foul practices of the
I mean,
nobles
again,
of
we've
the
already
kingdom and
murdered
the
some
alliance.
innocent lords and like Western Church people who were doing really nothing wrong as far as we know.
We will force the people of Fodlan to open their eyes to the truth and relinquish any remaining conviction to unite against the Empire.
And also a 6-hour workday, right?
Right.
Yeah.
4.
Right.
Let's go 4.
4.
I'll go 4.
We haven't had an industrial revolution yet. It won't work.
Yes, there are other nobles who oppose the church.
We have magic though,
We will
Yeah.
and flying
forgive those
horses.
who deserve
That's
condemnation,
helpful.
and forgive those who deserve forgiveness. We have already purged some of the imperial nobles who are morally
Wonder who that could be.
my father among
Just the one guy, really. Oh, well, that's like...
There were a few, although I don't know that Hubert's father ever shows up in either game.
I don't think
Isn't-
Hubert has any qualms about doing that, though.
Didn't Hubert kill his father before the game even started? Or
I'm
was
not
it-
sure.
I was
maybe.
just about to ask that. Like, what would have put it past him that he just offed his own
And
dad?
soon we will
Pour anyone out
invade
to
and
Hubert's
conquer
father?
Karadmar.
Are you?
No.
Our main army has already departed the Imperial
In
capital.
3 houses, or sorry,
They
in
will
3
arrive at
hopes,
the
you
monastery
get
in 2
some
weeks' time.
insight into the rest of Hubert's family. Hubert has a rest of a family.
Are they all as fucked up as he is?
It's impossible to know.
There, we will join forces with them.
But you get a
As
support
for
between
us,
Hubert and
I'd like your
Lysithea
opinion
about
on
it,
how
and
we
it's
should be
like, oh
positioned
my
for
god,
the
what? Hubert real?
Oh no.
Okay, so do we want to protect or do we want to attack?
I don't
Attack.
actually know if this does anything.
Yeah, like what is she asking?
We are the aggressor.
No, yeah, she wants. Are we going to be a strike force, or are we going to be like a vanguard, or are we just going to be like a backup?
Strike Force sounds fun.
Yeah.
It does sound more fun, and plus we already kind of have the paramilitary experience, so.
Yeah. And we're like an
Majesty
unstoppable
intends to
god.
fight alongside
Plus, we just want to get really deep into the war crimes.
Right. Look, in for a penny, in for a
will
pound.
not be incorporated into the
You're still a
Empire's
good
main
person.
army.
You can't dismantle the ruling, the whole ruling structure without committing a few war crimes.
You think Rhea's going to give us her back pay?
We may have to sue for that.
You can try. You can try.
I'm actually curious,
You
because
can
when
send
this
a
cutscene's
strongly
done
worded
and it
letter.
goes to the next month, it's either going to give us money or it's not.
Yeah. Or maybe
Do
we have like a
the,
war chest already.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Edelgard's paying us now.
Right,
Your
right.
squad can move
But
freely
I have a
about the
question. Do the
battlefield
same
under
laws
supervision of the
apply
Imperial
as counting it as a
forces.
war crime if
That
we are
would be
perpetrating
most
it against a
prudent.
different species?
Uh-oh.
Being would the species be a signatory to any conventions preventing that? In
They
the
run the
presentation
church,
I
so
had-
probably.
Yeah, in the presentation I already gave, we said that the Church of Seros was party, so yeah, they could war crime. Yeah.
Now that I'm the Emperor,
I mean,
you
if Rhea
can't let
pulls
it
like a
slip that
Daenerys
I'm following
Targaryen,
your
yeah, that's a
commands
war
in
crime.
battle.
I fully object to the notion of you fighting on the front lines.
Too bad,
Have you
Vince.
seen her on a lizard?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
she's fine.
And not only that, she takes no damage
Yeah.
except from Caspar. Apparently.
Except from Caspar.
My apologies.
She wasn't on her lizard.
Right. Oh, if she was on her lizard,
Even-
she would have
even
just
before,
soloed
She was
us.
just walking around in heavy
Just to
armor
come
and
up
she
with
was
a name
fucking
for ourselves.
tink tink tink.
We haven't come up with a name yet?
In honor of our time at the Academy,
Oh, we're literally a strike
how
force.
about we call ourselves
Shit.
the Black Eagles?
What if we call ourselves SEAL Team 6?
I was gonna suggest Turbo Murder, but
We're passive.
isn't that a bit much?
What does that even mean? What would be less much?
differing tastes? I suppose we'll have to agree to disagree.
I thought Turbo Murder was good.
I'll leave it to you to prepare the Black Eagles.
I guess we're going
strike
for
force
it.
departure.
Doing the best of.
Look, she's the Empress.
That's true. It's fine. We can give her a tea set or something. She'll like us again.
Oh, that's where the scrap heap is.
Oh.
And there's
So
what the
two cool things are about to happen. First off, we're going to have about 1 trillion supports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secondly, we're going to be able to go into the basement and have our hands read. We're going to go see that person's finally going to be there, right? The diviner or the fucking tarot card reader.
So,
Oh my god, look at how many fucking people we need to talk to.
We are not actually in Garreg Mach right now.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Getting out to the battlefield, approaching the encampment's exit. Okay.
So this is like the literal one time in the game that you actually spend a month in a different place. But it's also not a month. You're literally just
What
gonna.
is going on with the ceiling situation?
It's a
Yeah, we're
good
like
question,
a castle
actually.
that's built indoors
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
giant cathedral.
Yeah.
This is not even a cathedral. This is like bigger than like a football stadium.
We're
like
shrunk down. They shrunk us down.
Yeah.
We're small.
Honey, I shrunk the Black Eagle Strike Force.
We're so small. Look at that
Okay, so
big
we-
window to your
We can't see
right.
that, so obviously I need to know Sylvain's
How do you
opinion
feel
on
about
that.
I've done it now.
Done it now, huh? What would my old man say if he knew I'd sided with the Empire?
So yeah, you do actually
word
get unique
address.
dialogue for everyone siding with
That's
this
fair. That's
side.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you murdered your brother. How does your dad feel about that?
Good, because he didn't have a
Yeah,
crest, so he didn't like him anyway.
He wanted him to, yeah.
Super scary when he's like that.
Look at that giant window. Pan up.
That ain't a window. I mean,
There's
that's a
windows.
There is a window,
We're
though.
We're small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how I'm going to die.
I mean, this game is not
My knees
opposed
turn
to
to jelly just
presenting
thinking
us
about
with
it.
non-Euclidean spaces. So
No, I can't think that.
Edelgard's pocket
I promise to
dimension.
fight alongside you.
I like how Sylvain's like, oh fuck, I'm dead, aren't I?
Oh fuck! Oh boy! I follow my
yeah,
professor. This was a
he's
mistake.
actually kind of like
I'm glad that they wrote him like an actual teenager.
yeah.
Armed rebellion against the state? Are we sure? Fuck
Yeah.
it. We ball.
Thanks so much.
There you go. Now you're happy.
I've got to do botany. While
Okay, I don't know how I'm walking around, so I'm just gonna.
I like how you even feel bad for Sylvain. Like
Yeah.
That's
has
the first
lines
amount
that
of
you're
any
like,
sort of
"Oh,
like
I'm so
empathy
sorry."
that I felt for him because like he's actually contemplating his death now that he's in an armed revolution.
Surely this is what the goddess willed, isn't it?
If
Yeah,
you wanna,
she's mean.
if you want to think of it that way.
Saros to become what it has.
Oh, so she's justifying this as like the Protestant Revolution.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Okay,
gonna come
okay.
up with some.
It's also that.
Got all the items you may need,
That's
huh?
true. So we can do shopping. You
Not
can
fixing
repair your
shit.
items.
Master
You
seals.
have master seals now.
Yo, let's do it.
Once caster. Should I buy a couple of these so they restock next time? I don't.
This one?
They're fairly expensive. Maybe a few of them.
I'll buy
This
two.
one?
Yeah.
Thank
That
you.
should
Like we can't use them till we're level 30,
Please
but
come again.
Yeah.
you are correct that like yeah, having some on hand is not bad. Replenish our battalions.
It only costs 125 gold to replenish all of your stocked forces. Oh, you're
right.
here. I forgot. You decided to join at the
Oh
last
yeah.
minute.
I mean, really, you could say, "Oh, I didn't want to die on the battlefield." you
Yeah.
know?
She didn't know this was
Return
gonna
to Galatia
happen.
territory and try to convince my father to join our cause. It's
Good luck
possible
with that.
No.
No,
In my
just
heart,
kidding.
I know that my father won't listen.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, if you had the ability to convince members of the other two houses, well, I guess the deer and the lion, like if you recruited pretty much everybody from the schools, like Ingrid could go back, talk to her dad, and that may convince,
That would be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Still,
well,
I must
mean,
get him to see
It
reason.
would be an interesting
that
twist
this
to
is
this
the
game.
only way to ensure our family's future.
It just seems like you could have added some sort of like political poll system or something like that.
But also,
I
this
will
game
fix
was
that in a
probably made
second.
by like 3 different teams, so
That as well,
probably
yes.
difficult. Yeah. Can you pet that cat?
I can.
Feed that cat.
I gotta get in the right spot.
Oh,
You need to be exactly 3 feet
this
from
is
the
the
cat.
true end game. The true end game. here.
Yeah.
Regan Tabby. Tabby likes
Ah.
trout.
Meow.
Arcane crystal. That seems like
Thanks,
it's very
buddy.
expensive. I don't know what that is, but
I think that fixes magic weapons.
That could have
The
gotten
bros are
dangerous
talking.
fast. If I stayed at the monastery, I would have had to fight my father.
yeah.
We aren't especially close, but
In-
he's
in,
not
You could
that
take him.
one
In Three
face.
Hopes, don't worry.
I'd almost rather fight a monster.
Their dads are on our
Anyway,
side. in
Yes.
Three
He's going
Hopes.
to be one of the Western units.
And they're great.
I wonder if we'll
They're
wind up
so
fighting the
good.
kingdoms.
They're exactly the same.
His father was like the military leader. Or
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're-
He's the Minister of War, and Linhardt's dad is the Minister of the Interior, and
Yes.
they hate each other.
They hate each other, but they're also both supporters of Edelgard, so
Yeah.
it's good.
They hate each other, but they're also best
My
friends.
father-
Yes.
Well, then we'll support.
I didn't think it possible that the Imperial
And they just look
princess
like
would ascend the throne so
who
easily.
Linhardt and Caspar will look like when they grow up.
Absolutely.
Adorable.
Yeah, so like everybody was underestimating Edelgard, who has been putting this revolution into planning for the last, I don't know, X amount of years.
Her
Pretty
whole
much.
life.
Yeah. And then like she kind of just walked in and said, "Oh, I'm emperor now," and fucking jailed everybody who wasn't on board.
She got enough political buy-in to make that a thing she could do.
They tried to stop her, but he just kept saying no damage in white text.
Yeah, I think what happened was she threw Ferdinand's dad in the jail, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
They made a
fall in
super
line.
soldier, and then they were like, "Oh shit! The cheetahs are ripping our faces off now."
Basically.
The Minister of Domestic Affairs and Minister of Military Affairs on your side gives you total control over
Domestic
the Empire's
affairs is
military
finance?
and
Okay.
finance.
Don't worry about it.
I like like to see the
structure
bureaucracy
here.
system they got.
Quite
Yeah.
some time without anyone
It's
noticing.
more of a
Well, we're gonna
CFO
ease into the
situation.
communism. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Ferdinand, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy?
He's feeling
He's
good.
just off in the corner, just like.
Ferdinand!
He was dismissed as prime minister.
Ah,
was
now
on
he
house
knows.
arrest in the imperial capital.
Could it have anything to do with the light treason he did, maybe?
He always
Poor
was a
Ferdinand. He had no
greedy, arrogant
idea.
man. Some would say that this is the fate he
Some
deserved.
would say.
And
People
yet
are
I can't
saying
help
this.
But feel indignant. After all his hard work for the Empire, to be disgraced like this. I am
All his hard
conflicted,
work
Professor.
doing experiments
I
on
do not know what to
children.
do.
Doing a coup.
As the
Many
next
things.
Duke Eyre, should I follow Edelgard into
You're
battle?
here. Your family.
God, you got it. You
Have
got
some
it. If you
tea
care
leaves.
about Ferdinand,
Do you like? Oh, you like it? All right, cool.
He loves tea.
then you gotta play Three Hopes. Ferdinand in Three
Black
Hopes.
hands over the tea leaves. She's like, "They're tea leaves."
Don't brew that. I mean, you can brew them. It's not gonna be as good.
Yeah. Ferdinand's never done a drug, so tea leaves is the closest that he gets.
Right.
I don't like it.
If Ferdinand had one CBD gummy, he'd be like laid out on the ground.
I still think Turbo Murder's a better name for a strike force.
It's true.
Well, you can call it that.
Edelgard became emperor and raised an army, huh? Who knew the kid had it in her? I mean, yeah, of course, I knew she'd be emperor eventually, but...
This is
the more I
quite
think about
sudden.
it, The more surprised I am.
You're
Something
surprised?
I
Who's
love.
gonna win?
Is no one paying attention?
Something I love about this game is that she's always the emperor and not the empress.
Yes.
I thought that
Yeah.
was an interesting choice.
Always emperor.
That's how you know she's gay.
We
She's
will not
wearing a
lose.
suit
Have
to
you
the
seen
wedding.
this?
Thinking about it makes me scared. We're fighting the Knights of Saros. Still, I know you'll figure something out.
Again, though, have you seen her on the back of a lizard? She's invincible.
Also, Dorothy, you're in charge of our musical numbers.
Yeah.
You need
You
a
have
good
to come up with their
battle
new
standard.
theme song.
Yeah.
At least Petra's
The
clear-minded here.
Empire and Bridget were once warring with
Yeah,
each other.
she's totally on board.
But now, I have made the decision to be fighting with the Empire. It is a choice of irony, I feel. But I am having no regrets.
But fuck it, we
My
ball.
belief is with you and with Edelgard.
Who's amongst us?
Yeah, because if the system's like she doesn't.
Yeah,
no.
Bernie's off in the corner for an entirely different.
Yeah.